There we go. Get this garbage out of my mouth. It's totally not where it's supposed to be. Whatever, don't care as long as it's not in my mouth. So, not that, I have one person watching currently, but not that, I have a bunch of people watching right now. So I'm going to explain this to myself and not for me. Oh, a couple of people watching now. I'm questioning my time. Why are you so off? You need to be over there. Now you guys get to just watch me primp myself. I'm like, where should I put my mustache today? Hey, what's up, dude? Wasn't you on my Facebook yesterday, or was you over here yesterday? Or the other day, whenever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So anyway, today, screw this thing. Because I don't feel like struggling with it anymore right now. Hey, Max, what's up? So anyway, I was working on a Winter Wonderland, dude. And for my daughter. But I got tired of it. So I have a lot of inspirational creativity that is wanting out. And I can't fight the feeling. Can't fight the feeling. Can't fight that feeling anymore. And so I'm like, I'll finish this at some other time, more at my leisure. And no, I mean, thank you. It is looking all right. I mean, obviously, on the Winter Wonderland, when I have a lot more detailing to do. And honestly, I have stuff in here that wants to get out that I can't. I just don't need to compress anymore inside, So I got to put the Winter Wonderland aside for a few and just give it a break and then start on anew, as you see, like severed heads back there and all kinds of things. I don't know how I'm going to open this out. My razor blade. Well, my fingernails are practically razor blades, so, You ever thought about D&D? Oh, you mean those nerd games for nerds? Actually, fun story. So this Dungeon Master, right? This DM for all you non-nerds out there. I went over and this is way back when I was but a wee lad. And by wee lad, I mean I was like probably 17 or something, 18 maybe. I can't remember his name. I think it was Mike. But I had a bunch of friends, and they all played D&D, and they're like, hey, you should come play in D&D with us. And I don't think I'd ever played D&D up to that point. My mom used to play it a little bit, and she always tried to get me into it. But they played what they called GURPS, which was like generic, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. What is your best poop recipe? Just beans. Just lots of beans. I don't know, dude. When I started, hey, Garrett, look, by the way, this is what I was working on, future reference. A nice Winter Wonderland scene. Nice. I obviously didn't finish my my snow spiders. I was working on those. I had to fade them out a little bit. Still had to add a lot of detail, but I can't. Right now I have more creativity. Oh, Jesus. I have more creativity stuff I need to do. But, so D&D, man. I went over to Mike? Was his name Mike? God dang, I can't remember. I remember his face perfect. But a couple of buddies of mine were like, hey, come play D&D with us. And I said, all right, I'll actually play D&D instead of this GURPS thing my mom and her dude at the time played. And, but I suck at math, first of all. So they kind of shuffled me in and shuffled me in like it's a card game. It's not a card game for anybody who doesn't know. But they kind of just tossed me into the group, like, oh, you come across this eccentric barbarian traveler, because I was like, oh, I'm going to be a barbarian, be a bad motherfucker, right? Because I was a skinny little kid. I weighed 100 pounds at best. And I was like, all right. So they kind of gave me a pre-built character. But in my chaotic, we had to go and they were trying to find something, quests, obviously. So we were going across and we came into this town, which is where they kind of found me on the outskirts. And they asked me if I wanted to join their quest for these things. And I was like, sure, no problem. So I kind of tagged along. And I raided the village. I pretty much killed everybody, peeled many people and wore their skins. Pretty average what you'd expect from me, you know. And then I burned the place to the ground. I killed all the people that they needed to talk to find out information on where to go get these things, these items. And the dungeon master was really pissed because I had really lucky rolls. And he specifically was trying to keep me from getting this shit to happen. So he's like, "Oh, you gotta roll 120 and anything except for like a whatever, you know." And I was really lucky. And I'm serious, I was like super lucky. Everybody thought it was fun. I laughed, and we all had a good time. Everybody's cracking up about the stupidity. And I was making jokes, and it was fucked up and weird. And anyway, we had to travel to another town by a big ass mountain and all this other shit that was where one of the items was. And I was wearing the people's skins, and at this point it was getting gross. And the DM was like, "Oh, and nobody wants to come near you." And yeah, it sounds like something I would do. And he was like, "Oh, nobody wants to come near you." I'm like, "Well, too fucking bad." I start running at these people, and so I was like scaring people away, and this village started attacking me, thinking I was some kind of monster or whatever. And it was fun, but it was enjoyable for everybody. And everybody was like, "Man, this is like the best game we've ever had," and that made me feel pretty good. It made me feel accepted. And that was nice because, they were my friends anyway, but I didn't know what to expect. And there was a bunch of other people there that I didn't know. And I really pissed off the DM though. And he was like mad. And I don't know, he had to stick up his ass. So what he ended up doing was basically saying like a god showed up, like out of nowhere, And I think he got mad. I think he was pissed because I was making his game that he was doing more enjoyable than he had been doing. Like apparently nobody thought his little, map and his little fucking adventure was very fun. They were just like playing it. But when I actually started like, "Yeah, and this happens. I'm going to go do this. He's like, "You can't do that." I'm like, "I can too." Wee. And I would just fucking randomly, they were like, "Oh my God, this is hilarious." And, all the jokes and all the fun stuff, they were like actually enjoying it. Everybody was laughing. And, we did, Jesus, man, it was like probably, I don't know, 8 or 9 hours at least, maybe 10. It was all night. And so anyway, by the end of it though, he finally got fed up and he was pissed. Like, dude was getting red in the face, kind of pissed. And he basically said like the clouds opened up and this force spoke with a booming voice and and all this other dumb shit, And I even killed one of our own people though. That was funny. And he got mad about that. And they didn't get mad. One of the clerics resurrected him, so it was okay. But he shot me with a lightning bolt to kill me. It was like an instant death lightning bolt. And he was, and everybody was like, "What the fuck, man? Like, what? You can't do that." And he's like, "Okay, you roll a 20, and if you hit a 20, then you survived." I fucking hit a 20. He got so mad that he did it again. Everybody said, "You're an asshole, dude. Just quit. You're just mad. What, quit?" And he was like, "Fuck this. Fuck it. No, game's over. Whatever." Dude threw like a child fit. And keep in mind, we were like I said, teens, 16, 17, somewhere around there, and not all of us, a couple of other people were older adult people, but, me and my friends were like in our later teens. But he's a grown ass fucking dude. Dude is probably, at least mid-30s, like a grown up. And he threw a goddamn big baby shit fit. Because some punk ass kid came in, made his game goddamn enjoyable. Everybody loved it, had a good time. And then they got pissed because he tried to fucking kill me being a douchebag. I mean, come on, brah. That sounds like my first time playing Pathfinder. I was 2 a barbarian, rolled perfect strength and low intelligence, saw a bus full of people, picked it up, shook the bus, and until everyone died. Right? And see, those are the fun times. Those are the good times you got to remember. Like, hey, you know what? Sometimes you just got to shake a bus full of babies. You know, Garrett, you know what's up. Now, I know you didn't say it was full of babies, but we know it was full of babies. So, baby bus shaking syndrome aside, I'm actually going to get to paint today. I got me some new sponges. Yay. Now, I know people that weren't around probably about a week ago. I lost me some new sponges. Yay. Don't know the terror of my old sponges, which were garbage, and I lost, and I tried to use household sponges for cleaning to do some texturizing, and it was trash. And I'm pretty sure these are just like dryer balls that somebody I don't know. They say they're real sponges, natural sponge set. But man, they just look like somebody took some dryer. They feel weird at points, so I don't know. But cool. I'm happy. I got me my new sponges. I will set them over here on a table full of crap. And I picked me up a shitty value set of brushes at Walmart. Now, I got these specifically for the palette knives because I'm going to try something different today and probably screw it all up. Now, I had palette knives at one point because I wanted to try and use them. I don't know where they're at. I think my kids used them for clay. And like my brushes, they probably lost them all. Well, that fan brush is not normal now. And also, like all my other stuff, my kids have probably lost absolutely everything. But, I don't know, I got a whole bunch of little brushes now. So, yay! And hey! Andrew, what's up? Oh, God. See, I'm going to try these. And, you know, palette knives, which this has some plastic shit on it. So I got to cut that off, which is fine. Some flashing, as it's called in the world of molding. Not molding as in like your food needs to be changed out, but molding. Do I eat poop, though? Well, I mean, $20 is $20, bro. You'll have to go subscribe to my OnlyFans page to find out. But let's just say you won't be disappointed. I'm kidding. Like my mother always told me, you're going to be disappointed. Or I am a disappointment. I don't remember. I wasn't really listening. But let me cut this shit off really quick. Because that'll just interfere. I don't know why they would ever give you a palette knife. It's supposed to have a perfectly straight edge. Or is it supposed to have a straight edge? I don't know. So, but I kind of don't want it to, because what I'm going to use them for is to create texture. Because remember, you guys may not remember. I know, Andrew, you do. You do. Poop. Oh, I put the poop thing, by the way, because I put boobies on my last one all the time. And people kept tuning in and watching just because it said boobies. And I know how to do marketing. You just say tits and ass and vagina and poop, and people are like, tune in. Because they're just wanting to see what happened. What? He eats poop? I better go look at that. Like, what the fuck? Like, if I would have put, like, one-armed midget masturbates, they'd be like, I'm putting that out. In fact, that's going to be one of my later ones. So, if you eat dirt, I guess it's technically poop because of all the worms and nutrients in it. Yeah, that's true. And hey, Christoph, what's up? But actually, yes, you're right. Dirt is poop. Poop is dirt. All things come full circle. But and I did another one there. But my bad dad jokes or whatever never end. My puns and I don't know what I'm saying. But I'm gonna try these little bastards. Apparently, you can paint with them and scratch your neck with them. So I'm gonna see what happens. But see, remember last a couple of weeks ago, I did, or maybe a month ago. Shit, I don't know how long I've been doing these. I'm trapped in a time warp or something. I used cardboard. I cut out cardboard, if you recall, and I used it as a brush. And I made a painting and a half. And the half painting I painted over because it was fucking garbage and did not do what I told it to do. And I got really upset, of course. And oh, that's a chunk of something. So now I'm going to, oh my God, my black's kind of almost out. Oh, there's my other black down there. All right. Once again, as always, my paint is perfect. Oh, there we go. The chunks means it's healthy paint. Like dogs' noses are wet, you know it's healthy because it's chunky. I mean, you could you could title it The History of Potato Farming, and I would still tune in because I enjoy seeing your live painting videos. Oh, well, thanks. But let's be honest, you'd be the only one at that point. You know, people go, oh, this guy's going to eat some poop. Okay, but if this guy's going to farm potatoes, I don't know. That might be interesting to watch me farm potatoes. How the fuck do you farm potatoes? It might be similar to eating poop. I'm going to put some red in here because, you know, right. Oh, look at this. I'm like one of those guys at the, you know, they mix your alcoholic drinks before you get roofied by Bill Cosby at the fucking club. They do it from like way up here because they're trying to be fancy and impress the girls so they can get laid. They probably a lot. Anyway, because they're all muscular with no shirts on, and they're all like, look at me pour your drink. And girls are like, oh God, you can pour a drink from like 7 feet away. You must have a huge dick. It's like, what? Where's the logic behind that? You're dumb. What? Oh my God, it's so dry. You know, you should probably not be at a club. Oh, no, whatever. This is how babies are made on with regret. Accidents happen. And then you have to deal with me. Paint time. Now, all I'm doing, obviously, here is, you know, my usual bullshit of making it black or reddish black or whatever. I should have done this in advance so you guys wouldn't have to deal with the process. But I like to go for the process from the beginning. And hey, Garrett, you know what, man? I'm thinking about talking to my buddy Matt that just opened the tattoo shop there in town about doing a live painting thing in Stillwater. Because I've known Matt since literally high school. And so he just opened the Just the Tip tattoo place. And I'm supposed to have some of my artwork hanging on the walls. I just have not gotten around. Dude, my life, dude. If you people only really knew behind closed doors, you know, the shit that happens. Anyway, hell, I spent all morning with a guy outside cleaning my fucking pipes. That is not a porno reference, all right? It wasn't one of those ding dong. I opened the door and he's like, I'm the plumber here to clean your pipes. Nothing like that. That would have probably been way better. But sewage pipes backed up and so anyway. But I'm thinking about talking to him and being like, bruh, let me do some painting classes there. Because they will be the most bizarre live painting classes. I'm just going to yell and like kick things across the room at kids. Kids will be like, Mom, can I go to this guy's painting class? They'll be like, sure. No, they'll be like, oh my God, that was the worst idea ever. This guy just cussed at paintings and threw shit everywhere and then screamed at everybody. It was weird. I'll probably get sued for that. They'll be like, you verbally abused our child. I'll be like, fuck that bitch. Why'd you let your kid come to that anyway? You fucking idiot. You're a terrible parent. They're like, you're a terrible teacher. I'm like, I didn't say I was going to teach him shit. I just said I was going to yell at him all day. Just like you at home. That's right. I said it. You know I'm right. Being a parent's hard. Your vocal cords go out from all the yelling. You know. Kids never shut up. Oh, they're quiet again. It's because they're still asleep. I do get this peaceful time when they're asleep and my wife's at work. It's kind of nice. And then my wife comes home and she's like, come play Fortnite with me, husband. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then my kids are like screaming their heads off all the time because I don't know. They like to be the center of attention too, though. They get that from me, obviously. So when they know I'm live, they do it on purpose. They come in and they like, hey, Dad. I'm like, hey. And then they just sit there and like, what can I do for you? They're like, hey, nothing. Just hanging out. I'm like, And they like to talk and be a pain in my butt. And then like later on, they tell me they do it on purpose. I'm all, leave me alone. This is my me time. Well, my me and you guys time. Now, as I tell everybody, if you paint like this, you're an idiot. Because you'll note, I don't know if you can see it again, but the way I'm painting like this, where I go up and down midway, it'll leave these weird like starting points from the brush tip. Really annoying where it kind of feeds through. So then you have to go back through the other direction. Doing a multiple directions for backgrounds is always good. Just keeps things smooth because you don't want a choppy background. That looks so shitty. I mean, I'm amateur at best, but it looks amateur as fuck, and even I hate that. So a lot of times, I mean, as long as you end, you know, going down, it's fine. It's just you can't start going down, you know? Like you can start up here and you can end pretty much anywhere, but you can't start just in the middle or it'll fuck it up. And whoop, whoop. And now we gotta let that dry a little bit, or else I'm going to just lose a lot of it before I slather it the other way. So in that time, we can talk about anything. Hey, Robbie, what's up? So, don't really have a topic for the day. Hey, Garrett, are you still watching? I don't know. See, my watch thing's weird. It tells me people aren't watching when they are. It tells me people aren't watching when they're not, or are when they're not. I don't know what I'm saying. But I was going to ask you a weird question, Garrett, that has been popping up lately in everybody's minds and everywhere else. God dang it. And I don't know, Robbie and Andrew, you're both watching. I know I see you guys up there. At least I think you're watching, so you may not be watching, but it's telling me you're watching. But I was going to ask my buddy Garrett, because he's a Christian. He's one of the good ones, you know, that won't yell at you to get you're going to hell just because you're weird and different. He's actually a good guy. But I was going to ask him about what he thought about this. We have officially announced aliens are real and have been in connection with the human race for a while. And we just kept it from the public, blah, blah, blah thing. Because as a Christian, you know, is that your interpretation of a black hole? That's my interpretation of a butthole. You know, so yes, a black hole indeed, sir. No, I just now started doing the thing, man. And see, now it says Matt's watching, right? But I don't have like an alternate number. And I don't have him up there. So how weird. How weird indeed. Anyway. No, this is my background, bro. My background, bro. It's your interpretation of your sister. A black hole. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, one day I might have to have you like, I don't know, send a picture of your sister or something. And I swear to God, it can't just be you in a wig. Because then that gets into some weird territory. Some weird territory at that point. Some Norman Bates style shit. I don't know how I feel about that. But, you know, it's weird. One day you're going to make up with your family. You and your family, dude, are going to bridge the gap again. It'll be on somebody's deathbed or something weird like that. But, you know, it'll happen. And all the weird shit will be behind you. And people's families do that. My family doesn't do that. But most people's families do that. I'm just saying. I don't have any picture of myself. Oh, I don't think you do. I didn't figure you did, since, you know, you guys are, you know, not on the best talking levels. So the other thing is when your paint dries, it dries lighter. So the thing here is this. Even though you can't see some of the fuck ups and the mistakes, when it dries a little bit, you'll start seeing them pop up a lot. And I don't think you can see them on these cameras so much. Maybe on my Facebook one here you can. Yeah, I can see a lot of the little fuck ups where the paint's thin or where the brush started. I can definitely see it on there. On that one, it doesn't seem like you can see much of it. You can see where it's starting to dry. But I think we would be very prideful to think we were God's only creation. And yeah, actually, that's what I was telling my mom. My grandma's super Christian, right? And I'm not. I'm not against it, obviously. I mean, but I'm not like Jesus kind of thing, because Christianity kind of ruined Christianity for me when I was young. Or the only intelligent creation act, rather. And no, that's what I said. I said, either way, evolutionarily speaking, creationalism speaking, or religious God created us speaking, we would have to be the most ignorant / arrogant beings in existence to believe we're the only ones out there. If one planet had the conditions to pop life into it, somewhere else out there has. We're not the only solar system. We're not the only galaxy. We're not the only whatever. But there's tons of them out there that all replicate each other. So third planet from the sun in almost every single galaxy probably is just like us, minus, the what we look like and all that shit and the animals and stuff. But as Christians oftentimes cannot accept the idea of aliens for some reason. And my grandmother immediately was like, when I was talking to my mom last night about it. My mom and my grandma live together. And so I thought that was interesting because my mom's way more open. My mom's like pagan. And see, now says Topher's watching, but I don't have any. It doesn't matter anyway. What up, dude, if you're watching? But my mom's more open. My mom's pagan. My grandma's Christian. That's a sitcom waiting to happen. And so my mom's like, oh, wow, okay, interesting. And I'm like, yeah, so here's my theory on it. And, the difference is possible. If Mars had a big enough moon, it would have life, right? And see, that's kind of the thing is we're not, even within our own solar system, possibilities are there. So we'd still be super fucking arrogant to be like, oh, no, there's no other life in space. So it's no surprise. And the fact that they've announced it and they're like, yep, nope, it's a thing. And people are like, yeah, okay. Like half the people are like, whatever, I don't care. And the other people are like, no, we're Christians. Jesus. So it's kind of weird. But that's okay. I mean, people are going to believe what they're going to believe. But if we do ever, I feel like Christians are excessively prideful, which is funny and ironic that the pride thing is one of the seven deadly sins or whatever, and it actually states in the Bible at one point, God hates the prideful, which is funny because it states that God cannot look upon sin and can never allow sin within the gates of heaven, etc., etc. But at some points it says that he hates the prideful, basically. Not in those words, of course. It's a bunch of thee, thou, shalt, hoth, blah, 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 crazy wooka-dooka stuff that I can't say because, I'm a simpleton. But yeah, so I just, I don't know. I was going to ask Garrett there, but I don't think he's in here now. His thoughts on it, since he's a sane Christian that won't immediately yell at me and freak out. He actually will calmly talk to you about Christianity. He'll calmly talk to you about the views and things like that. And he won't immediately be like, blasphemer, you're going to hell, Satan, kind of shit. Which I have a lot of respect for those kind of Christians. I actually have quite a few friends that are what I consider real Christians. A couple of my gaming buddies, they are girls. Gasp, gamer girls. Yes, they're real. And they don't just have their tits out with nerd glasses playing an Xbox controller with a PlayStation. But there's real gamer girls out there, and you can't treat them with respect. It's a thing. But no, they're cool as fuck. We just treat them like one of the guys, and they're Christian as fuck. And they're not telling us we're going to hell because we make stupid jokes or anything like that. But we got them, and then my buddy Garrett. Lewis, I have a few friends that are just good Christian people, but that's why. It's because they don't expressively make sure you know they're Christian, you know, and tell you you're going to hell because you're not a Christian. Even amongst different denominations, the pride is massive. Even every sect believes their doctrine is correct. And that is one of the bigger problems of religion, period, Robbie, not just Christianity. So human pride is a problem. And that is probably why one of the 7 deadly sins is pride, is because they realized way early on, oh, human beings are fucking trash. And they're up their own ass. Accurate. So, yeah. The human beings in general, nature-wise, are prideful things. And we want or demand attention. I'm prideful in the fact that when I do stuff, I want people to give me credit, but I never really get credit. And it's really been annoying. And I'm always that nice guy that just lets people take it, which sucks. And yet then I bitch about it. Where I'm like, you know. But I should have went ahead and I should have stood stronger for my my creative stuff, you know. But I didn't. Instead, I let it walk when I never should have. Been quite a few incidences of that in my existence where, yeah, I fucked that up. I should have been like, fuck that. I did that. That was mine. You know, why don't you tell people the fucking truth, you fucking crack ass? Or at least give me credit. I just want credit. But that's not pride, I don't think. That's just asking for your fucking dues, you know? I don't know. Sorry, I got on a bitchy rant there for a second. All right, adding my red and my side flippy flap paint stuff. Now, the whole painting is going to be done in red. So I want it to have red throughout the whole thing. I don't want it to ever go pure black because I want it to have a look to it that is all unified color in a strange way where when you see it, you're never, no painting should have pure black on it, number one, because a pure black isn't a thing. Even if you are in darkness, there's actually light there. You just can't see it till your eyes adjust. And that is like some real painting advice, which I don't usually give. I'm usually like, man, feel it. Do what you fucking want. If it's pitch fucking black in your mind, it's pitch black in your mind. And you're a goth kid. You just be a goth kid, you fucking goth kid. But sometimes you want to play by the rules. I can't believe I just fucking said that. Huh. Maybe I'm an alien. Shit. Maybe I replaced myself with an alien clone and didn't realize it. Well, we've started invading your planet now. Fuck you. You're fucked. And yep. Sorry about that, humans. We invaded you from the smallest little would-be YouTube painter all the way up to who knows what. This is the part where I say something political, like your new president isn't really a man, it's really an alien or something like that. But I don't know anything about Joe Biden, really, so I know he's old and he doesn't know how to talk, and that's funny. But that's not his fault. It's just because he's old. So I can't be bashing him. I'm not like, he's a dumb fuck and ha 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 or nothing like that. I'm just like, nah, he's old, bro. You can't really fault him for that, you know. The Pope once said we should convert aliens. I'm pretty sure the Pope was just racist and talking about Mexicans, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. Did he really say that about aliens, like space aliens, or was he talking like racist shit? Because I mean, I don't know. The Pope's not French, but something like that. What is the Pope? The Pope is like, what is the Pope? Catholic, I know that. But I mean, like European or something? Where does the Pope come from, guys? I saw it on the news like 6 years ago. Huh, interesting. Well, here's the funny part, right? And I know I keep talking about the aliens and stuff. But they announced a couple of years ago, or last year, or whenever they announced it, that the FBI officially gave forth documentation that said, yeah, alien contact has been made. We've seen UFOs. We know they're real. And here it is. You know, here's footage, and here's proof, and here's all this shit. He's a reptilian. Who, the Pope? Or me? Or Biden? Or all three of us? But the thing about it is if we have had contact with them before, aliens in general, right? The government would never let us know. And the government would say something like, oh, it's for your own safety. We didn't want you to panic. Yet when they actually told us, hey, there's aliens, nobody, oh, Italian? Okay. Nobody gave two shits to blink twice, you know? Oh, there's aliens. We're like, all right. Like, really? It's like when they told me I had a brother. My family kept this dark secret from me, right? For real. They thought I was going to freak out when they told me I had a brother. So they kept this dark family secret from me. And I'm all, whatever. They literally told me, all right, Eric, we're going to tell you this. And we don't want you to freak out. But we don't know how you're going to react. I'm like, oh, God, what? I'm adopted. Fuck. That was what I thought. I thought, okay, here, I'm adopted. Neat. This is going to explain a lot of stuff, but I mean, all right. Or I figured something like, oh, we know who your dad really is, or something. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, cool. Here we go. Here we go. You have a brother. Okay, I have a brother. Where is he? And they're like, you're not mad? I'm like, no, why would I be mad? Like, I don't give a shit. Just where's he at? And they're like, we don't know. I'm all, so you lost him? Is that why you were afraid to tell me? Like, oh, fuck, we lost a kid. Maybe he's going to be upset. And like, maybe we could lose him too, you know? I'm like, okay, so, and they're like, oh, we gave him up for adoption. I'm like, okay, why? And they're like, oh, well, my mom said. I don't know if I should be airing my mother's dirty laundry. Probably should never air your mother's dirty laundry. That's weird. But my mom said that she didn't feel as though she could love another child. And love another child like me. I can't blame her. I mean, I'm pretty fucking amazing. But at the same time, I was like, okay, that's weird. But, you know, my grandmother kind of took custody of me because my mom wasn't capable of taking care of children. So I think that might have been a bigger part of it, you know. There's a theory that says pop culture is introducing us to aliens. Like, think back, and there are tons of violent invading alien movies, and they've been kind of moving more towards kinder, gentler aliens. Now, I can't read the rest of that because it says see more, and I don't want it to fuck up. And hey, ironically, Lewis, I was just talking about you, man. And I see he popped up. So, and Crystal Hunt is watching. Hey, what's up? So, aliens, you are right. We have started seeing more gentler alien things and stuff like that. Here's the other interesting thing, and this we'll come back to the change of aliens from hostile to more gentle, as though they may be trying to prepare us. One of the things I found interesting is how everybody made fun of Trump, and I'm no Trump supporter by any means. I'm not honestly any political supporter by any means, but everybody's making fun of the Trump Space Force thing. And like I said the other day, I thought the Space Force idea was probably more just to keep people, oh, yeah, I hope it was positive, Lewis Gossip Session. Hang on a second, we'll come back to you. I'll actually ask you this question, dude, because you just popped in right after I had talked about it. But, and actually, yeah, I was positive. I complimented you. But this Space Force thing for Trump, right? Now it kind of makes a little more sense. I thought at first it was just going to be for people like keeping out other satellites from our space, you know, something like that. And that even makes sense. Like, oh, we don't want China's satellites to fly over America and, I don't know, look down on America or something. You know, I don't know. That kind of makes sense. But now you got to look at this. They've announced aliens exist and that we have officially been in contact for a few, and we are going to start doing technological trades or something. I mean, like, what the fuck? We might have something more impactful in that sense. So maybe Trump's Space Force thing was just something to think about, something to do with all that, And unfortunately, as many people hate Trump, you might have to give him some kind of credibility on the, oh crap, he was leading up to something he was involved in. And I think it was Israel, the high ranking official guy that came out and announced aliens exist. We have been in contact for quite some time, and the governments know and are working together, okay, Lewis, here's the thing. You're a Christian, man. And I was talking earlier about how I know a few good Christians. A few of you exist. A few good Christians exist that try to live their life more Christian-esque and don't just tell me I'm going to hell because I look weird. But now, Lewis, they have, I don't know if you've watched the news, but, they have announced aliens do exist. Oh, you keep blinking in and out, bro. I'm going to wait and make sure he's in here. I can't just ask him a question if he's not in here, right? Maybe his internet sucks. Maybe my internet sucks. Who the fuck is on the internet? What time is it? 12:30. Okay, anyway, you're here. All right. See, weird. You're here, but it doesn't say you're here. My Facebook is weird. Anyway, dude. So, they've officially announced that aliens exist and we've been in contact for a while, et cetera, et cetera. So we're talking aliens from outer space, a different place. Maybe you suck on the internet. Maybe I do, but again, my OnlyFans page is where you have to discover that. It's only $5. I'm kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans page. Although I keep threatening my wife I'm going to do one, and all it's going to be is pictures of my hairy butthole on vacation. So it'll be like, a sandy butthole at the beach, and then like little sunglasses and stuff, and it'll look really horrible. Don't ever go on my OnlyFans page if you see it. Anyway, but with the idea of aliens being admitted to the public now, as a Christian, how does that affect the thought process on God and the Bible and things like that? Because my grandma, being a Christian, one of the angry ones that says, you're going to hell because you look like a weirdo and you don't go to church every Sunday. Satan. She immediately goes, Satan, kind of thing. She's not that bad, but you get my point. She scoffs at the idea that aliens exist. And I'm like, you can't really do that. Because if you were God, and of course you can't think on a level like that. If God exists, you would not be contained within a brain like this. You would be above and beyond the concepts that humans understand. And we ourselves could not understand the concept of a God. You'd package it up in a nice, neat little box the best you could to understand it or to make it understandable, but it itself would not be the idea of a God being that could create life and planets and things like that would be so vastly beyond our understanding and knowledge capabilities that the physics, the realities, all that would be. Well, personally, I think the universe is way too big to assume we're not the only sentient entities. Exactly. Very good. And that's the thing, is even as a Christian, I would think you'd have to kind of accept the idea that if God existed and created this planet, why the fuck wouldn't he go to some other planets and be like, you know what? Let's just see what else we can do. This planet, people are all right. Let's go to this planet and see what happens if they, wear their insides on the outside. Oh, God, that was a terrible idea. Let's not do that again. And how would they be connected to our relationship with God? And that's a good question because, my perspective, God's a man-made concept. And again, Lewis and I have had these kinds of talks. We grew up together, future reference for people who don't know. We went to school together. We had a terrible rivalry, didn't we, Lewis? Where it was really a one-sided rivalry where I hated this man's guts and was very jealous and envious of him for many years when he came to our school because he was this sexy, tan, darker-skinned gentleman that got all the ladies' attentions, and I am white trash that looks like garbage. But wait, there's more. And he could draw like a motherfucker, and he played music, and he was everything I was, only popular, and people knew about it. And again, minus the good looking and all that. And yeah, he genuinely liked me. Yeah, he didn't know there was a conflict at all. But it was good times, because the whole time I stewed in it, I dwelled on it, and I just spited him so much. I was all, but I never let anybody know. Never let anybody knew. We're talking for years, a couple of solid years, easy, because he came here in the 7th grade or whatever, and for a couple of 3 years, easy, I just hated this man. I wasn't mean to him or anything like that. I'd be cordial to him when we met, but just secretly, I was like, I hate you. But I never let people knew that I could draw. I never let people knew about music, or I never talked to people. I was so introverted. I was very scared of people. I had a lot of anxiety and a lot of problems from the home and things like that. So I didn't communicate with people. I didn't interact with people at all. So it was my own fault, but I was projecting it on him as though it was his fault, because that anger, you don't understand that stuff mentally when you're young. Even when you're older, a lot of people don't. And so to me, he was the problem, but in reality, Lewis was never the problem. He was actually a really good guy. And so I was really jealous and envious of him in a lot of ways. And then one day he came up to me when I was drawing at noon at lunch at school. And he was like, hey man, what, you draw? And, at this point he was one of the top artists in the school. Him and another guy that ended up going off and working for Disney and stuff. And he just, everybody was like, oh my God, Lewis, oh, you're so good, and all that stuff. And he came up, he's like, oh man, you draw? And I was like, oh God, like, oh, somebody found out. And it was him, of all people. And he was just like, oh man, that's cool, can I see it? And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, oh, that's really good. And we ended up starting to draw together regularly. And it was really nice. It was really nice. It was cool that he wanted to draw with me. And so then I told him about the feud being over. I'm like, I'm glad our feud's over. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the feud. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, oh, you're gonna play it like that, huh? But yeah, it was good times. It was good times, and it was definitely interesting. But yeah, you'd be interested in learning about alien religions. Here's the thing about the alien stuff. And this is what I brought up to my mom and my wife. My wife called me an idiot, basically. She's like, I said this. Somebody asked a couple days ago, back to aliens, though. I hate bringing up scripture, but it does talk about there being tribes that haven't been reached yet. So maybe this could be a vague explanation of alien connection with mankind. I can't see the rest, dude, because it says see more, and I'll have to scroll. I don't know if that'll fuck up my thing. But yes, that's possible. Very, very, very possible. And you can bring up scripture, dude. I don't care. And for the most part, everybody I know that anywhere tunes in and stuff, has respect. So generally, I don't deal with people that are disrespectful, even if it disagrees with their thought process. Everybody should have some kind of common decency. But with the religions and stuff, not just the religions, but everything, we would not understand. Okay. Imagine this is the first connection ever. And this is what I brought up with my mom and my wife. My wife called me an idiot because she's still thinking on a linear human brain concepts of like this physical bubble, our reality bubble of Earth and what we know. Okay. We don't know shit outside of this. And up until it was been within the past 10 years, we discovered a life form on Earth that was not carbon based. It was sulfur based, if I'm not mistaken. That crab at the bottom of the ocean that lives in a fucking volcano. And when they discovered that, they said, oh, fuck, everything we've ever known about science is wrong. We don't know what we're doing. And rightfully so, because we don't. We're literally monkeys just running as fast as we can with a bunch of mechanical tools going, we're smart. We're smart. No, we're not. It also says once everyone has had the opportunity to hear of God, that the end will come. Boom, alien apocalypse. I'm waiting for that. But as far as it all goes, the idea of them coming from another place, space-wise, a planet, a whatever, okay, we would not comprehend a majority of the differences. There may be some similarities, but you got to think of this on even an atomic structure level. Our elements on our planet are native to us, native to this place. They can come from a planet or a system or a place that has none of the elements from here, and vice versa. If that is the case, okay, then there would be no way to tell what may or may not happen when some of those elements are introduced to each other. So if they enter the atmosphere, we could all explode. Just boop, blink out and we're all done. That aside, my wife was like, well, how would aliens get all the way across the universe if they weren't mechanically building spaceships? Because somebody asked, oh, what if they're warring and they're going to come conquer us? I said, because they said, well, they'd have the technology to do that. I said, maybe not. Maybe they're not even spaceships. Maybe they don't have metal. Maybe they don't have the elements we have. So whatever they're creating and however they're creating it may not even be weapon-based. If you come from a culture or society that is pacified completely with no war ever in their society, they never had their planet needing the weapons of any sort, their mindset would not even be able to think about weapons because it never has. So for them, weapons wouldn't even be a concept. Okay, until they show up here and they're like, oh my God, this is fucking ridiculous. Let's back up and go home. But the other idea is, what if they themselves are the ships in space? Ooh, organic space cabbage travel pods. Exactly. And that was the thing I was telling them, is like, what if they themselves are the ships? And they just basically, my wife's like, well, no, because they have to have fuel sources. I'm like, so what? There's even animals here, especially if you get into thinking aliens are other dimensional beings, correct? But even if they're not, even if they're in the same dimensional time space, let's say, this is just to keep it simple before we go into multiple dimensions and all kinds of things, just stepping aside into another dimension, which would be much easier to do than traveling across space. But let's keep it simple. We can go into all kinds of stuff, man. I will. I put on my tinfoil hat and we'll roll. Ah, you're good. But anyway, they themselves, like bears, hibernate. They'll eat and eat and eat and eat. They get fat. They hibernate. They don't eat for months. Okay. So an organic being from another planet could easily consume certain elements from their place that could be consumed as fuel, similar to how we have animals on our own planet, like electric eels. You have some of like the other, like, oh, what is it? Like the man of wars or whatever, or, you know, you have other weird animals that can biochemically create some kind of energy, right? Even bioluminescence is a form of energy, you know, so like lightning bugs and things of that nature. In space, there's nothing. There's no atmosphere in space. Anything that is in motion stays in motion indefinitely. If you shoot something at 1,000 miles an hour, it stays 1,000 miles an hour until something stops it, period. Okay. So it would be easy. You know, there's a fucking lobster on Earth that's claws snap so fast, it literally burns through the water, burns the water at boiling speeds to kill its prey. What the fuck? So if you're a fucking alien that has the ability to basically launch itself, you'll indefinitely go a direction. And then all it has to do is calibrate for planets and gravitational pulls and things like that and maneuver. That's not far-fetched, considering that a week ago, aliens weren't a thing, and now they are. Pistol shrimp, thank you. But yeah, it's not far-fetched to believe that that's a possibility. My wife's like, oh, that's dumb. Physics are physics, and they have to still apply to the laws of physics. I'm like, whose physics? We only understand tiny bits of this vastness that is existence. We're fucking dumbass monkeys with a bunch of tools thinking we fucking know everything. And we don't know a goddamn thing. We don't even know a goddamn thing about ourselves or our planet. We just discovered a fucking animal that isn't even carbon-based, and it fucking shut us down. We're like, ugh! What? Like, shut up. You know? We're so fucking dumb But we believe we're the smartest things around. Oh, yeah, we're so arrogant. Good job, humans. We are the fucking shit. Anyway, so with all that in mind, let's finish painting some stuff. Okay. Yeah, those pistol shrimp. Fuck that noise. Motherfucker be like burning holes through you and shit for real. I mean, goddamn. Fuck you, pistol shrimp. Fuck you, you crazy, scary son of a bitch. Now I'm going to add some sky color. Keep in mind, it's all going to be red. And I do have to make this a little wet. Like my pants. Because I peed in them. And wet. Don't want it too wet though. Like my pants. But you know, I don't want to talk about the aliens oh, fuck me. Really? Do not drip on my pants or my shorts or whatever the fuck I'm wearing down there. But with the world the way it is right now, like I said the other day, I'm inviting this to happen. Please, for the love of baby Jesus. Because, oh my God, we need to get the racism bullshit out of our fucking system. We need to get all this shit out of our fucking system. That is for certain. And I honestly think that if we took aliens and put them in the mix, oh, I think that'd do a great job. I really do. Because then suddenly, everybody's going to be scared of the aliens. They'll be like, oh my God, aliens, they're alien devils, you know? And I think we'd be safer. We would support each other with a unified enemy. The Watchmen movie, you know? We'd have a unified enemy at the end to help us get through it versus we have concepts today about space travel like xenon propulsion or harnessing solar power and using the light for propulsion. Any alien species that could travel here has almost definitely been around. Again, I can't read past that, but the thing about that is again, you're thinking on probably a human-based concept of if we have that technology, they have that technology. What if they don't even have technology? Again, what if they're organic? What if they are strictly organic? They themselves are the ships. You know what I mean? If they themselves are the spaceship, they wouldn't need technology to do it. They may not even have technology. They may have organology, you know? That's what I'm saying. We may not be in the right mindset. We may be thinking something totally different, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we're trapped within our own mindset of what we believe things should or shouldn't be. So what you're saying is the human spirit needs an enema? Oh, yeah. No shit, bro. Come on. You telling me I'm wrong? Fuck no. Human spirits needed an enema for a long time, dude. You know that. We're all garbage, man. We are all garbage. All right. I want this about here. Now, all righty then. I'm going to bring this all up. Getting my background prepared. I just want this to be a weird kind of thing going on back here. Water. But again, I'm just curious as to, you know, some of the, and like atheists even. I mean, I don't have any atheist friends online right now that I noticed in here, but I mean, what the fuck do they think about all this? Like, would they change their opinions on things based off of this? You know? Like, would they open up to the idea of other beings now? It's a good question. You Christians might win some people over just by proxy, you know? Being like, oh, yeah, you know, well, if aliens exist, maybe God does exist. You know, you guys might be winning some people, not even realize it. And wait a minute. Did I want it lighter to darker or darker to lighter? Lighter to darker. Okay, good job, me. Fading things up is dumb. Bright pink. I do love pinks, by the way, again. I've always loved pinks. It's hardly for humans to think in any way other than linear. Oh, and I know that, Robbie. It's what's funny. The great thing is, and I don't mean to boast my own or toot my own horn, and if I could toot my own horn, I'd never leave the house. But what I'm saying is, again, onlyfans.com, look me up. But the thing is I'm crazy. So I don't even fucking know what I think most of the time. And that is not a fucking joke. I literally have no the fuck idea. My brain goes constantly. And I don't even know what I'm talking about most of the time. Like, it's just words that come out and people are like, they start talking to me about stuff. And I'm like, all right, I guess we're talking about this. And they're like, dude, you brought it up. And I'm all, I guess I was talking about something? Huh. So I would still go to Walmart, yeah. Atheists would likely say elements are universal, therefore anywhere that has the same elements as Earth could potentially evolve life. And that's accurate too. I can see that. And with that in mind, that's what I'm saying. Like, the elements might be different from place to place even. They may have things different over there that we wouldn't even understand. We wouldn't even know. So that's what I'm kind of wondering is how it would all work. From us to them, them to us. Overall, Ew, that is some chunky water now. I don't know how I feel about that anymore. Barf. I'm just making a fucking sloppy mess. Yeah. All right, I think we're looking good. I can't really see. I can't see outside of the. There we go. It's making a. It looks kind of way too like focused. I don't know. It actually looks kind of cool being like more focused in the center like that. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Yeah. That looks all right. All right, that's not too shabby the way I did that there on accident. I meant I did that on purpose. At least, atheist, that's that one. Yeah. No, I like that. That's all right. That's all right. You can't really see that so well on the Facebook, but never mind. It came out all right. It came out decent. And there's my my paint blobs. Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and then we're gonna start with the palette brushes or the palette knives. Where'd they go? Oh, they're right there. Yeah. But no, I'm just curious, and you're probably right on the atheist things because it wouldn't prove God just because elements. But that's the whole thing of, and what do the aliens, what would their religions be like? If aliens came forth and they had a similar religious belief as we did, an almighty creator, etc., etc. And the thing about religion on earth is this, it's all the same. It's all the same. It doesn't matter if you're believing in Allah or whatever else is out there. I don't really know. Again, religion's not my forte, but it's all the same. Even if you just look at it, and I'm not bashing Christians or anything like that, but Christianity is the baby of the family as of current, but religions are all kind of the same. So, like, you got your old school Hercules, right? Hercules, half god, half human, fights monsters and evil shit to save humankind. Jesus, half god, half human, fights demonic monsters to save humankind. You know what I mean? It's the same story retold. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it's the same story retold through different religions. And I don't know much about Muslims, Allah and all that stuff. I'm assuming it's probably very similar, but that's my assumption because, I'm America. So I don't really, give a shit about other religions to go look into them or anything like that because I'm an asshole. But set that right there. Okay. But that's what I'm going to say. Get rid of my tea. And yeah, if there was a zombie or a alien apocalypse or anything like that, I'd still go to Walmart. I have to. In fact, that'd be my safe zone. I would just go live at Walmart. Oh my God, this is going to be weird trying these. I've never done this before. I'll probably fuck it up. What I'm going to do, though, the Bible says not to have any other gods before God, which communicates other gods do exist. And yeah, I've always said that too. And that used to piss off Christians because keep in mind, again, I've had friends who are Christians, and many a times they have asked me to go to church with them, and I have. Again, I have no qualms with people that don't have qualms with me. It's when those people who are supposed to be the moral crew of the world, the good guys, the non-judgmental, throw a stone first kind of people, or don't, throw a stone, those in glass houses don't throw stones kind of bullshit or whatever. Don't judge lest ye be judged and all that bullshit. It's when those people literally tell me you're going to hell because, well, I don't like the way you look. Then I start having a problem and I start knocking their shit because I have to. So when you say, thou shalt not worship any other gods before me, you say, well, that says that he admits there's other gods. But then they pop back off with, no, that means you can't just make up gods and false gods. But he doesn't say thou shalt not worship any false gods before me. He says that elsewhere. But he states, thou shalt not worship any gods before me, yada, yada, yada. The Bible names a few other gods, if I'm not mistaken. See? So the Christian God and Muslim God are the same. They disagree on who is God's people. It goes back to Abram's kids. Okay? So the thing is with all religion, just like with pretty much everything, there is just simple, dumbass human being disputes. That's it. It's just humans arguing over semantics, dumbass details, and ignorant shit, because that's what we do. That's what we do best. We all know it. We don't do anything except for fight and argue and blow shit up. That is what the human beings do. If it's anything else, it's half-assed done. If it's something good, it's half-assed done. But god damn it, man, if it's arguing about anything, his firstborn of a slave is on the Muslim side, and his second son was born of his wife. Okay. So then God's people, wouldn't technically everybody be God's people? I know it's supposed to be the special chosen ones. What the fuck? That is just some bullshit made up crap. Is on the Jewish side, which leads to Christians. That's the thing, is who wants to be the favorite? Who wants to be the special one? My kids ask me all the time, hey, Dad, who's your favorite? And I say, none of you. Jesus Christ. And then they go off and cry, and I laugh, and everybody's happy. See? That's how it works. And if they would have done this back then, we wouldn't have this problem today. If Abram would have been like, I don't like either of you, fuck off, then they would have been like, and there would have been no chosen people. You got to treat your kids the same, man. You can't treat any one of them better than the other one. Or they decide who's the chosen, and then they fight and argue and all that crap there. Actually, I tell my kids in secret all the time, I hate the delay. Yeah, I know. I hate the delay too, dude. I'm sorry. I get questions like 15 minutes later. But as far as it goes, I actually tell my kids that each one of them is the best, but not to tell the others because it'll upset them. So they're like, okay, Dad. I'm like, all right. So when I get asked that, I say my wife is. That's a pretty good one too. My wife is a giant child, but I am too. So I mean, can't really argue either way. I'm kind of a big man baby myself. You know what? I'm gonna actually do this too. You know what? Let me try some weird new brushes. Ooh, I got my sponges too. Maybe I'll fuck with them a bit. Hang on. I've never even worked with a brush that looks like this. Like, it's this fat tip brush. It looks like if brushes actually had wieners. Like I don't know. I got into the Bible because it helped with working with homeless people. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it, bro. Like I said, I'm not a Christian. My wife's very anti-Christian. I don't give a shit. Again, like I've said, people need something to believe in. That's fine. If you give credit to something beyond yourself, that's something on you. If you do something for yourself, I believe you should take credit for what you have done. Don't just say, oh man, I wouldn't be here without God and all that stuff there. But that's just how human beings are. For some weird reason, you were raised Jewish. Huh. Okay. I know a couple of Jewish people, I used to have a friend of mine who was Jewish and German descent, which is funny because he used to make really bad jokes about it, where he would say stuff like, when I get mad at myself, I put my hand on the stove. I'm like, oh, wow, that's pretty harsh, bro. And, but it was funny. Oh, I guess I could just use the same paint thing there. It's a dick brush. It kind of does. It's kind of like, I mean, my dick ain't shaped like that. But I had a lawnmower accident when I was a child and lost the whole half, the tip of it, and now it's like that. But that's not true. It wasn't an accident. It was on purpose. I was a curious child. Like, I wonder what would happen if... Okay, well, that explains a lot. But, yes. I'm going to attempt something stupid. And this is going to fuck up everything. You guys ready for this? The couple of you that are watching now, here we go. We're going to make some clouds today. Clouds. Now, granted, we're not going to have this be some fancy schmancy. Obviously, it's not regular clouds because that is not a regular sky. Okay. Maybe I should do that. Fuck it. Let's see what fucking happens. And I like to tell people I'm not Catholic, but I play one on TV, so this is not going to go well, is it? God damn it, it's not going to go well at all. Oh my God, I already know it's not going to go well. Why do I do this to myself? Why do I do this? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never, I did paint clouds once on that one picture for my friend and them, and they came out really good. Really good actually, but they were like normal clouds. And I can't really remember what clouds look like. I swear I do go outside, people. I really do. I was outside today. I think. No, I was outside today, and you can't prove otherwise. But we're just gonna, God, Jesus Christ, we're gonna dab some brushes, see, I know what's gonna happen. There's gonna be a thing right here, and things right here. There's things in the background all around, like tons of things, man, tons of things. But we got clouds. We're gonna put clouds in it. Fuck. I'm going to outline my clouds and just kind of dab them in a little bit here. So I have some color. Okay. That's what I'm doing. Oh, you can't really see it on my Facebook or my YouTube. There we go. I keep scooting it over. Maybe I should do this. Look at that. Let's scoot this back over because, Jesus, it's like getting up my ass. They're not blood clouds. It's like a bad tampon commercial, It's like, is it that time of the month again, ladies? Blood clouds. Like, Jesus Christ, blood clouds? Fucking kind of fucking crazy shit world do you live in? Well, with 5 girls around, including my son, I live in a pretty fucking crazy one. Hey, hashtag 2020, you can't judge, all right? I'm kidding. He's not a girl. Sometimes he whines bitches like one. That's a terrible cloud. That's why we're going to do the rest of it like this. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Just going to outline it like there's some light up here. But there's no light up there. There's no light anywhere. This is a place with no light. This is a terrible fucking brush for this. Jesus Christ. You're the worst brush I've ever fucking used. Fuck you, brush. You're a garbage brush. All right, let's move on. See what else we got in this pile of weird shit. Nothing of any interest. All right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go back to my shitty weird brushes that I've had forever because I love them. All right, just stay right there. And give me this brush. Give me, yeah, I like this one. This one's super shitty brush. All right, come on, shitty brush. You are crazy shitty. You do your job. That was too much. All right, let's just, because it kind of gives me like this weird fucking choppy look. And I want like a choppy look for it a little bit, but not completely, you know? I am garbage, people. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking trash. Clouds are dumb. Clouds are hard. I don't like fucking clouds at all. I fucked up and I shouldn't have done some clouds. I should have just fucking left it all looking cool as fuck. I'm sorry. Everything I do is fucking garbage and I'm fucking idiot. Oh my God. Everything I do is trash. These are songs I sing to myself regularly, by the way. And, oh, look at that. I can just, oh, I fucked that up too. Oh God. You know what? Give me a napkin. Give me a napkin. Let's, you know what? Yeah, give me a wet napkin. Fuck you, stuff. We're going to do this. We're going to try to dab it a little bit. Dab it a little bit. Little dab it. I kind of want to fade it in a little bit, but that ain't working either, man. Fuck you, bro. Do what I tell you to do. All right, it's better than nothing. No, it's not. That's a lie if I've ever told one, and I have never really told one. I don't really lie, by the way. Fact, and not a lot of people believe that, but I don't give a fuck what people believe because they can eat my ass. I keep having people pop in and out for like a second, probably just because it says I eat poop. I forgot my title said that. So people are probably like, oh, I ate poop. Fuck that. That is garbage. That is the worst fucking clown ever. Why did I think that was a good idea? Why? Why did I think that was going to work, guys? Oh, fuck me. Holy fuck me. Yeah, I'm thinking about trying some sponges. I got my sponges. I got new sponges. Hang on. Let me put some wetness on here and try to kind of bring that in a little, like, yeah. Like whoop, 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 whoop. Pull that out a little. All right, you know, where'd my sponges go? Quick, sponges, come save me. We must try everything quickly. All right, giant block. You're too chunky. But you know, that's part of the fun in this is learning together. Learning that I have no fucking idea what I'm really doing. I just like to pretend, like, hey, Macarena, okay, all right. You know what? You look like trash. Oh, you do have a fuzzy. I kind of like you better. Let's try this. Now, I know what you're thinking. I just went right in on it. That's right, I did, because I'm just trying to use that water a little bit to bring that in. I think I fucked it up more. I think I took that shit out. So anyway, you were raised Jewish, huh? How'd that go? I mean, you were raised Jewish, but are you Jewish? Of Jewish descent or of just Jewish faith? Because a lot of people argue that there's no Jewish people, only Jewish religion or something like that. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure Jews are a people. I don't know. Like, you know, I think that's actually a thing. This is still not fucking working out at all. Fuck me. I'm a fucking idiot. Fucking idiot. You're fucking garbage. I hate your fucking dog. That seems to be my, when I tell people online, when I'm playing video games, it seems to be the thing I say to him a lot is, I hate your fucking dog. Why? Don't know. We haven't ever figured out why I say it. But I hate your fucking dog seems to come out of my mouth randomly. So it's become more of a kind of a joke with us. Okay, that's not looking too shabby, huh? Yeah. It's looking all right. It's kind of like a, I don't know, a blood cloud of some sort. Just fucking glue cotton balls to it. Motherfucker, don't challenge me. I may just fucking do that. I am not above and beyond that idea, man. You're like, put some cotton balls on it. I'm all right, cotton balls, yeah. Some bright pink now. Let's just dab that up on that. And I'm trying to make like I want to have a line and some spots, like clouds do, like some lighter and darker and blah, 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 blah. You know what? This is working. Thanks a lot for the idea. I forgot I had sponges. This is actually doing pretty decent for what it's supposed to do, I think. I think that's actually doing pretty good. Starting to do pretty decent, I think, there. Yeah. All right. Fuck you. You fucking piece of shit. Fuck your fucking mouth. I eat fucking donuts. And doo-doo. Doo-doo donuts. Doo-doo Krispies. I made my son almost spew fucking cocoa. I don't know what he was eating. He was eating something, and I almost made him spew it out his nose last night. It was fucking hilarious because I said doo-doo Krispies, and he was like, brrr. He almost shit himself in the mouth. He almost shit his own mouth. Laughing so fucking hard. It was good times. One day when I'm dead and gone, that's what my kids are going to remember. Me being an asshole to them. That's all right. It's all right. Just, okay, yeah. Make sure I was reading everything. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm designing women. Wait, what? No. I don't remember even that show. I remember it had like an old lady on it that everybody loves now. Betty White, that's her name. And everybody's like, oh my God, Betty White's still alive. It's like, yeah, old people do live sometimes. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Okay, I think I might have fucked it up more. Oh, God, I hate it. I got to put some clouds over here, though. Oh, Jesus, what am I doing, people? Oh, my God, I'm just ruining my fucking day. All right, well, that's okay. That's all right. It's not the worst fucking cloud, right? It doesn't really look like a cloud, though. I mean, it's supposed to look kind of, it's reddish and pinks, right? So that's fine. Reds and pinks are fine. I mean, it's not looking bad, is it? Nah, it's not that bad. I don't think it's that bad. Feels like I'm about to have a panic attack. Hang on. I'm not gonna have a panic attack. It just feels kind of like it. All right. So, this is kind of like a horizon-y thing going on here. So I'm definitely gonna put like another kind of cloudy back this way. Yeah, like that. Okay. And again, this is just my filler color. And you always want your background to be dry, because if you don't, that paint like this start picking it up. So it started taking this red out, and it started making it black. And that's why I was like, oh shit, I got to add more, which is why I added so much there. And clouds are flat on the bottom like that. Yeah. I know, because the press up thing. I that's why I did that. I figured that one. So I kind of had that one going for me, but I think it's the coloration that's getting me. Because you see clouds and you don't be like, oh, blood clouds, yes. That's a lot of periods. No. But I think it's in your brain, in that creative process, you've got to let go of that logical brain. The logical brain says, fuck you, man. And I'm like, fuck you, logical brain. And my logical brain's like, oh, fuck you, man. And then it steals my fucking money because it's got me held at knife point. I don't like that. You're a fucking dumbass, logical brain. I don't appreciate that at all, you fucking asshole. But it doesn't care what I appreciate. you know? It don't give a fuck. See, that actually looks kind of good back there like that almost, doesn't it? Holy shit, look at that. I almost did a good job just by fucking an accident, which is pretty much how my life works. But shit, I should almost leave it like that. It looks good over there. It doesn't look so good on here, though. But we're going to fuck it up because that's what we do best. That is my entire fucking life. Just fucking shit up left and right. Yeah, that kind of rhymed. What the fuck was that? There's nobody out there, guys. Clouds are that color when my sister farts. That's gross, dude. Jesus Christ. That's yucky. You should never say that again. Okay, I like that one. I should have left it more red. Look at that. That's way more cool. Damn. Live and fucking learn, right? So let's add some pink. Which I literally just said I shouldn't have done to this one or the other one. But, you know, you do what you do. Why are you guys... Is it fucking... There's a goddamn package or something being delivered right now, I bet. I bet right now there's a fucking package. My dogs are like, oh, that's a fucking FedEx guy. Fuck you, dog. Or fuck you, man. I'll fucking kill you, FedEx man. I mean, that ain't too shabby necessarily. I kind of like that one. Better than I like this one, kind not really. Oh, they're both still pretty. I may have to go back over these a little bit. Try to puff them out because they're not fluffy. They're just kind of like wee or slants. They just look like piles of, I don't know, bad, yeah. I will come to terms with this soon. This will take a minute. All right. You're fine. You're fine. This is fine. I'm gonna put a little bit in here and bring that together. It started picking up the colors again, like I said it would. So, you know, that's not good. Just dab it a little bit, not enough to pick it up, but enough to kind of fade it around, I hope. See, I should have let it dry in between, but you know, I don't care. I'm a little excited. A little bit too excited about it in the pants. What I'll end up doing is I'll probably let those fade out or dry a little bit and give them a time to relax about this stuff, you know, for sure. Give them time to relax as clouds. I'm going to do another little bit here, but that'll be done differently because I don't really want it to be the same. I want it to just be like a big pile of shit, eat my butthole. So I want kind of like just a little bit of like hazy cloud stuff. See, like, yeah, like that. That'll work good. Man, I should have done that to begin with. Fuck me. Look at this trash. I should have just done something like that to start with and been like, oh, clouds. Just painting my fucking thing now. I'm like, oh, let me just put a little paint on there. Yeah, looks all right. Let's just kind of dab that on and dab it across and give a little color to the sky, little textures back down in here. And oh, look at that. Yeah, I dropped my fucking sponge on the floor. It's going to collect goddamn dog hair. Don't collect dog hair. Oh. Now there's going to be dog hair in my painting. That's okay. My dogs are officially part of my painting now. So it's almost 2021, huh? That's interesting. I just realized that. It's almost 2021. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's a nice little fogginess going on there. Yeah, look at this shit. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Should have done this to fucking begin with. Just kind of bring a little more red in you, color you out a little bit. Now they're looking kind of like weird Oh, maybe I'll make them into some weird faces, like just weird demonic apertures. Apertures? That's not a word. That's a word for paint or pictures and stuff. Taking pictures, your aperture on your camera. I meant apparitions. Apparitions? Look at this garbage. If I could have like a round one of these, instead of, because mine's kind of like a, I think that would work way better. It's looking like more Frosty the fucking Snowman shit up here. Look at that. We're gonna do this around these to help maybe give them a little bit more. Really? I swear. All right. Ain't too motherfucking shabby. Kind of fucking dealing with it. All right. Kind of. I still regret these now. I should have just tried this first. Man, Robbie, where were you like a fucking hour ago when I was like, oh no, let me just make clouds and. All right, so let's put some more red on these. And let's just keep kind of dabbing it through a little bit. I just want to dab it throughout and give different. Fuck off, you fucking fuckhole. Okay, all right. Yeah. Not the worst. It's not the worst. I've never really done classics for that one other time, and I can't remember how I did them. So it's like, this isn't bad. This isn't too shabby. I'm all right. I'm feeling all right about these so far. Just not the best, not the worst. Just doing their thing. Not the worst. You're a fuck. I should have fucking just did this with those, man. Fuck. That looks like shit balls, man. And I can't fix that. That's trash. Yeah, yo, what up? What up is my shitty clouds. My shit clouds. They're like bloody shit clouds. And if you got that, you need to go to the doctor. For real. That is trash. And then I realized I can just take the sponge and dab it. And you know what? I'm doing good with the sponge dab. Sponge dab, good job, sponge dab. Everything else, garbage. See, watch. Sponge dab, coming out all right. Looking pretty good. Little sponge dab. Giving it kind of a nice little look for a little poofiness. Sponge dab. Now that one looks kind of like trash now. Let's kind of... That one still looks like trash. Fuck, I fucked that one up too. Fuck you. All right. Anyway, you're just in time. Yeah, to watch me get mad because I can't fucking paint clouds. Piss in it, it'll make it look cool. Pissing in it might not make it look cool, but it might make me feel better because fuck the clouds. Fucking clouds. Look at those fucking pieces of garbage. That makes me mad. Anyway, clouds are stupid, man. That's what I've learned. Clouds are fucking dumb. I hate clouds. I hereby hate all clouds, like real clouds. Fuck you, clouds. Up there in the fucking sky thinking you're fucking better than me. Fuck you. Oh, I'm a fucking cloud. I'm going to float around up here like a fuck stick. Yeah, well, fuck you, cloud. Fuck you. One day you'll have to come down here and I'll punch you in your fucking face. Then what? Then what are you going to fucking do, huh? Nothing. You're going to be a punched in the face fucking cloud. I'm going to be like, remember that thing I fucking did? And the cloud's going to be like, dude, well, I don't even know you. I'm like, pow! And the cloud's going to be like, bro, I don't even know you. What are you fucking doing? You'd be like, somebody help me. This guy's fucking crazy. I'd be like, fuck you, Cloud. You fucked up my painting. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, the fuck you don't, Cloud. And then I'm just gonna keep fucking knocking that Cloud the fuck out because he fucking deserves it, fucking piece of shit. Fucking Cloud. Make them raining fire. Okay, that's not a bad idea. I mean, fuck these clouds. Making a weird sky is hard because it goes into your logical brain. Your logical brain says this is how the world looks, and your creative brain goes, yeah, fuck that. I don't really want that. So it's really hard to kind of combine the two, and that's where this conflict of mine always comes into play. But you guys know I bitch about this all the time, and I get so pissy and mad at all of this stuff because my creativity goes, dude, we need to make this look fucking crazy. It feels like it does this, and it feels like it. But my logic goes, that doesn't make no sense. Clouds don't look like that. Yeah, fuck them, clouds. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't look like that, but that's not what this is about. This isn't about what makes sense, you fucking stupid brain. It's about what feels right, stupid brain. But then the brain just keeps going and going, well, you need to make that look like this. And I'm like, you need to shut the fuck up, brain. And then brain gets mad. Then brain calls the cops again and claims fucking bullshit. Cops show up again. And I'm like, I swear to God, I didn't put the bruises on the brain. The brain did that to itself. And the brain's like, no. And of course, the cops believe my brain. And I go to jail again. And I'm just kidding. I make myself sound like the worst person ever, but it's funny because my wife works for the police. So it's funny. We make the jokes all the time about if she ever beat me up, like, who am I going to call? Because the cops totally wouldn't. They'd be like, oh, ha, 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 we don't care. We always make those jokes. They're not jokes. And no, I'm liking that. I'm digging this much better now. Yeah. Much, much better now. Yeah. So I'm starting to dab this red up in that business. I'm gonna kind of cover them clouds back up and redo them a little bit, especially this one, which is way too fucking weird. I liked it in the beginning. This one, I was like, oh, it looks really good. I was a liar. I was a fucking liar to myself. I'm so sorry, me. Do you hear the sirens? Fuck. They're coming for me right now. But no, my son and I, we talk about, like, on my movie reviews and shit, I'm always telling him to get back to the hole. I'm like, how'd you get out of the hole? Get back in the hole. He's like, yes, Father, I'm sorry. Can I have some food? Can I have some dirt? I'm like, no, you can't have food. You can't have dirt. And it's some funny shit. But we're always saying that stuff just because it's funny. Well, I keep telling him, man, one day the DHS, which is Department of Human Services here in our state, like, one day they're going to show up, dude, and they're going to be like, we're taking your kids from you. There goes my wolf. That's my wolf. He actually howls a lot. It's funny. He talks to you. He tries to talk to you. Hey, they actually did come close enough. He became a siren. Yeah. Go. All right, I'm not feeling too bad about that. Oh, so what am I going for here? Blood clouds. No, the whole thing is different. It's gonna be again. I've been feeling this creative idea. The creativity flowed up in me and gave me the idea, but my brain is trying to tell me how to navigate it. So I'm trying to combine logic with feeling. Again, I'm trying to get that perfect marriage between the two, Ricardo, and make them work. So before I do the foreground and all that stuff, of course, I need to make the background. So the background, I don't know. The cloud thing just kind of popped in my head actually before I started. I kind of was thinking, hey, it's going to need something to differentiate a background from a foreground kind of thing, because it's going to have beings that are going to fill the front and fill the back, and then there's going to be a thing in the middle kind of deal. So I thought, yeah, shit, I'm going to have something kind of in the very back. Otherwise, we're going to have a lot of empty space here, because I don't know. I didn't want to risk it for the biscuit. So instead, I'm doing this just to kind of give us some clouds. And I've never done clouds except for like one other time really that I can think of. I may have done some, usually when I do skies, I do like not clear skies, but I do kind of the like white washed in with the blue. So it kind of has that different layers. If I do a cloud, you know, oh, the clouds look cool. Thank you. I was really pissed at them earlier, but now that I'm covering it back up with red, I'm going to do a little bit more of that. I think it'll be all right. I think I won't be so pissed at myself. But 129, yeah, my wife did that call. So anyway, but I'm going just for some, basically now, I said they weren't blood clouds at first, but now apparently they're just blood clouds. And I mean, whatever works. I don't want this to really represent hell. I know what it represents. But again, my representation, I like the painting a lot more. No disrespect to the snowman. Oh, no. By no means, man. The snowman, again, was for my daughter. It wasn't really for her. It was just she, again, the painting just before this was very suicidal. And it had everybody in my household worried because they were like, what the fuck? And I'm suicidal sometimes, and my wife knows, and everybody kind of knows. I don't make it necessarily a hidden thing. It's because when I was younger, you know, I attempted it 3 times. I failed 3 times. And I love the snow spiders. That's awesome. Thanks. But I did attempt and fail 3 times when I was, God damn, sorry, it's so noisy, around 11 and 12. And, you know, so I still struggle with the feeling, struggle with the idea and all that shit now even, which is very frustrating in life. But it is what it is. So when I painted that, everybody kind of went, uh-oh, we kind of need to pay attention. But as I've said before, it's when you stop talking about it, stop expressing those thoughts, then you got to worry about it, because then it's internalizing and you're not making it a point to make it out there in the world for people to know about. So after I painted that, I was like, well, shit, I need to do something a little happy. And my kids were like, hey, make a snow scene. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, let's try that. So that's when I started the snowmen. The snowmen are still not done. I just can't. I have to do this. I have to do something else. You know, I have to let my creativity flow a little bit better, because doing something so logically based was just eating me up. You know, it was getting to me way too much. So I had to come back to something a little bit more, you know, this. We love you, dude. We need more people like you, starting with you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And by no means, again, it's everybody deals with these thoughts. Ricardo, you've been in some bad places too, man. Don't forget. And we all have to find a reason to continue and to better ourselves. The problem is some days you wake up and you go, this is just like yesterday, or the day before, or the day before, or the day before. And eventually you start going, oh, it's been kind of done here. This place is kind of boring. I don't know. I mean, do I really have a purpose? Do I really need to be here? You know? And it gets kind of hard because you have to convince yourself to stick around. And a lot of people say the same lame shit. Well, you've got kids. You have to stick around for them. But do you? Do you? Your kids are going to continue on. That's a shitty way to think. People, oh, that's fucking, that's selfish. Is it? Is it? Because if you're so hurt inside and tired of the world being garbage and you just want to leave, is it selfish to go? And I know that sounds really bad. I've got, dude, my bandmate killed himself. All right. One of my band members, well, he was an ex at the time, but I literally grew up with this kid. I know his family very, very personally. I was the first person they called when he killed himself. And I even thought they were joking. I made fun of it because I thought they were fucking with me. So when I got the call, it was, oh, he just hung himself. And I said, ha, 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 yeah, right, whatever. No, we're not kidding. I said, you're fucking with me. No, we're not. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, shit. You know, and then it was like, oh, well, fuck. Okay. So suicide is a thing that's really weird to talk about because people are very polar about it. A lot of people are very like hardcore against it. And then you have people who go, man, you know, I get it. Because sometimes you just get to that point where like, why do I need to be in this place? This place is garbage. But that's the whole point. You have to find your reason for the season. You have to find a reason to be here. Nobody else can ever do that for you. And if that reason for you is your kids, great. Good job, you know? But you can't have somebody else tell you that that is the reason for you to stick around. Because that will do the opposite. That'll make you be like, fuck you. You know? You can't tell me that my kids are the reason I need to stay. Like, really? You know? And shit like that. It doesn't make it better. Well, I hear you. Remember, though, man, we are stronger than shit. Believe it. No, I know we're stronger than shit. But that's the thing is sometimes you don't, it's not about strength. You know, sometimes it's not being strong. Sometimes you're not trying to be strong. You don't have to be strong. Sometimes you're just done. That's what I deal with. Mine's not that the world has beaten me down to a point where I just give up. Mine is a lot of the time, I'm just tired of being here. You know, I took the knife away. Yes. Okay. But I'm just tired of being here. And that sucks to say. And a lot of people don't get that. They're like, well, man, you got all this stuff to live for. Yeah, you know, I would say that. But I've tried so hard and I've done so much. And it's like, I don't feel like anything I do matters. I don't feel like anything I've ever done matters. I know I've touched people legally. But, and I know that some of the stuff I do gets out there and people do care. And, you know, I've got friends and people and blah, 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 blah. I get that. You know, I'm not dumb. But it's just, and I do, you know, I do want to watch my kids grow up and I do want to, you know, beat up my daughter's boyfriends and go to jail for that later on and all that good stuff. But I'm saying, like, sometimes you just get these thoughts in your head, like, I don't know, you know, you're just like, I'm just, being honest, and this is part of what I use this platform for, and unfortunately, I really shouldn't, because this is stuff that is aired on, you know, public stuff, but I don't care because this is what is real. But, you know, despite, I have a lot of people around me, but I don't have a lot of positive people around me. You care, man. You have given me awesome stick around advice before. I know, dude. I know you're just venting right now. I get it. Okay, good. That's the thing is, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but I don't have a lot of positive people around immediately. Let's just say, my wife tries, and my wife's awesome. I do love her to death. But in life, I have not exactly been much more than a failure. That's a fact. I have a lot of great ideas and a lot of things I try to pursue, and I'm terrible at not allowing myself to succeed. I'm very self-sabotaging. Comes from a lot of psycho bullshit where I don't think I'm good enough and I don't think I can accomplish things. So it has been hard for my wife to maintain faith in me. So when I come up with something where I'm like, oh, look at this, I'm gonna do that, she's just kind of like, yeah, okay. And that emotionally sucks because then it feels like the person that you love so much doesn't give a shit, you know? So that makes it kind of harder. My kids don't understand things. They're not really old enough. Like even my son and the oldest one here, even the oldest two here are just like, they got their own world. And they don't need to have my burdens, and you don't need to talk to your kids about your emotional distress and all that shit. There, I'm not crying. I'm just rubbing my eye. But the thing about it is you still have those points in times where it's they mean well, and they're caught up in their own lives and their own thing. And even when you say, well, I don't feel like emotionally this or that, people they feel like you're attacking them. So then they turn defensive, like, oh yeah, well, I do this and I feel like that, and you're never there for me, and things like that. And it's like, yeah, okay, this isn't about that. This is about my current state of mind. I'm trying to let you know. So then it becomes that, I wouldn't call it a game, but I'm talking about, that back and forth shit. And that makes it really hard. So it's hard for me to talk to people in general about any of this because it kind of becomes an argument sometimes. And that sucks. Oh, damn it. Almost sucks as much as accidentally getting black in your brush. But, again, sometimes you're just ready to skedaddle. Like my analogy for this, because I understand suicide rather well, the thought process. And I tell people it's like this. When you go to Walmart, you have a list. You get the shit on your list, and you're ready to get the fuck out. Life. You do the shit on your list, and then you're ready to get the fuck out. And that's how it works. But sometimes people won't let you. And you have obligations, and you have this and that. And sometimes you're just like, no, I'm done. I'm good. I got what I needed. I'm done. I'm out. And that's kind of how I look at it. So it's kind of a weird, shitty way to look at it almost. But I don't know. That's just the way I look at it. Shit, I fucked that up. Oh no, I fucked that up way too much. No, it looks like a big mouth monster. I don't know, man. I think a lot about stuff, way too much. Sometimes I shouldn't, sometimes I do, and sometimes whatever. But I have no intentions of going anywhere anytime soon. So are you done with your list? I think my list is done with me, man. I mean, I wanted to accomplish everything in the world, I had such things to strive for, and I did. When my list gets bigger as I care more. That's true, but I don't really give a shit about much. So caring more doesn't really help me. But yeah, it's been interesting. I just don't think I think my list is done with me, dude. That's how I kind of feel about it. Dude, you gotta understand, man, my whole life. See, you're not a list. You own the list. Yeah, you like to think that. My whole life has been this. I get a goal, I attempt my goal, I fail miserably at it. I really, 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 really try. I put my life, my soul, money, everything poured into it. And then the world shits on me, dude. Hey, sweetie, what's up? I heard you come down and come in here and what's up? Or just sit there and stare at me.
I'm hungry.
So we get something to eat.
What?
I don't know.
I don't want to live off cereal.
We get to live off cereal.
No.
Go get a burrito.
I want a burrito.
What do you want? Pancakes? Go get some pancakes.
I don't know until I want. There's nothing to eat, basically.
There's a bunch of food there to eat.
Okay, but they're disgusting. They're like fruit, strawberries, pineapple.
Oh, fruits and oh my God, it's the end of the world. There's raviolis in there. You can get some of those. Okay, I can give you options all day long, but if you don't want any of it, then I can't help
You
you.
didn't give me all the options.
I know I said I can give you options all day, but
Okay, then give me
I'm not gonna sit here.
them. Just do it.
No.
Yeah.
No. No. Mm. Go find something to eat.
No.
I'm gonna cook burritos here later. Like burritos, not just microwave burritos. But you don't care, you don't like those anyway. You do, but you kind of don't. You just take bites of mine and run off.
Can I have burrito?
Go microwave a burrito, yeah.
No, the one on the purple back.
Yeah, minute and 15.
Where are they?
They're in the door of the freezer. Open the freezer, look down at the door. There they are right there. Put one on a plate.
That
One.
was not a freezer. That was a sponge.
This is a sponge.
Yeah.
Imaginary freezer. Look down at the door. They're right there.
Look down at
One.
the floor.
Put 115. You're done.
115.
Yeah, a minute and 15, and you're good.
You're good.
Oh my God, those clouds are terrible. Oh, clouds, terrible, terrible, terrible. My goodness. I do not know what to do with these. I mean, they look all right, kind of, right? Oh, Jesus Christ. I think they look better on there than they do in real life. In real life, they look like, oh my God. Wow, in real life, they look really bad. So, you said you took the knife away and then you tried to kill yourself with pills, but you didn't. There's no other thing before that, dude. So I'm thinking you probably started saying something and then you didn't say the rest. The world done shit on us all the time, and we have to make decisions that many times are poor and make things more difficult and make us feel like we feel, but we. It was our own decisions. Yeah, stop talking all positive to me. That's supposed to be my job. I tell people all the time positive shit. You know that, dude. It's funny how I'm so negative, but yet people come to me in times of distress and life, where they're at the bottom, and I tell them all the most positive shit on the planet. That's because that's the shit I have to tell myself all the time to fucking keep going, But no, man, I know, I do get it. And here's the thing. I leave the negative for my songs. Yeah, that's it. That's what I use painting and music and things like that. I haven't musiced for a long time, and it really hurts me emotionally and spiritually. Here's the thing. I don't give up. No matter how bad I want to. I don't. It's a blessing and a curse. I don't know. I hate it, but I don't do it. I don't give up. I've tried to quit music multiple times because music has been one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life. It's true. Some of the funnest times, fun years, best years of my life, met some of the best people of my life, 100%. But it took everything from me, including my son, my livelihood, my life. It took everything from me. I sold my dream car for music equipment. Just literally, music has taken everything from me. And then come to find out, after 15 years of struggling to get anything done with it, now there's apps on your fucking phone that you can do better than I ever could. After giving a life up for music career and chasing it to ends of the earth, now I can make songs here and it sounds studio quality. I just record my voice, put some filters on it, boom. I mean, god damn, man. You know how much that hurts, how much that kills? I could have spent 15 years of my fucking life doing other things and let technology catch up to my dream. And then I could have been Justin Bieber. That's how he got noticed on YouTube or whatever for that shit. But like, what the fuck, I could have been just every other mumble rapper right now or something, It sucks. So it's things like that put into perspective the bizarre, yeah, but that's garbage. We are the last true musicians. And tomorrow we're going to fade out. And tomorrow will be a memory. And that sucks, dude, because so many people won't know. You know, those clouds look all right from there. Fuck, from there. Why do they look like garbage in real life? They look okay over there. Okay, what can I do to make these better? And that, you can't argue that some of my music's garbage. So, I mean, I just have the charisma that makes it seem like it's not garbage. Oh, it's garbage, trust me. Shit biscuits. We already faded out, but we made our mark. People still hit me up in admirations. I don't know why, but we made our mark. Okay, that's accurate. And, you know, again, like I have said, there's been people that have given me credit for our band that led the way, so to speak, in a lot of ways for the music industry in Oklahoma, for industrial, and for doing some of the fucking makeup shit and stuff that we did back in the day, you know. So, I mean, I am not upset about leaving a mark, so to speak, but I don't know. I dreamed bigger, you know. Being honest, man, I dreamed way bigger in the '90s. You know, my bands that I loved. You know, you saw Korn and Rammstein and Manson and Limp Bizkit and, you know, all these bands back then that were just blowing up, dude. And you'd see them on these stages and at MTV fucking, you know, Beach House or whatever, just fucking playing and shit. And that was where you wanted to be. That was the goal. That was like, man, I want to be there. I want to be that band. And those kind of bands don't exist anymore. You can't do that kind of thing anymore. Now it's all about, you know, clicks and shares and that lifestyle. The rock and roll, being a rock icon, a rock and roll legend is gone. There will never be another kind. There will never be another one. They died in the early 2000s, period. But that was my dream, was to be like that. And I guess, you know, you just have to let go of that. You have to accept it and let go. And I have, but that's my problem. I don't fucking give up. So I let the dream go. I said, I'm done. I wasn't done. Like I keep telling everybody, I can let it go all I want, but it won't let me go. I can give up music, but music won't give me up. It's so goddamn frustrating, dude. Like seriously frustrating, you know? Almost as frustrating as how these clouds look like shit in real life, but they look pretty good over there. They look all right. But in real life, they're way too I don't know, maybe they're all right. Maybe they're okay. Oh my god, I'm past 2 hours. This one might be like 4.5 hours today. I don't know. I should probably try to wash this sponge out. I don't know how this is gonna work. I've never washed a sponge out, by the way. I just get other ones, like new ones. Yeah, come here, paper towel. You just kind of rub that on you. Clouds are fine, thanks. I don't regret those times when shit was good. I'm still writing and recording. Yeah, you know, I'm not. I haven't written. I've tried writing stuff, and it wants to get out. It's just I can't do it anymore, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because. I mean, I can. I write it. I start writing it. I think it's just without Dredge. I feel lost, you know? I always looked forward to making music and sending it over to him. And Billy Badass Law mentioned me in a comment. Okay, thanks, I guess. I'm sure this will go horribly wrong when I get on there. Probably something I said in a group, and they're going to be like, fuck you, you fucking idiot. What do you know about horror movies? And I'll be all, literally everything. But I have hours of demos. I don't care to release them, but I'm still staying creative. Yeah, and that's it. I've got a bunch of stuff that I make, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that might be cool. And then I go back and listen to it. I'm like, that sounds really cheesy. You know, I did start a whole different sound, a whole different creative band, a couple of different ones. So I do have different sounds, and I do music for a bunch of stuff, dude, just not God in a Machine right now, especially like it used to. We do have a bunch of songs, you know, okay, but I just haven't. We were supposed to record for the 5th album, Oh wow, you do have like a line right there, don't you? There's like a significant line. I'll fix that later. Um, Probably my wife getting ready to come on. Anyway, as far as it goes, yeah, man, I don't know. I just it's still there creatively. It's just I think without Dredge, I feel lost. You know, I became so, I would hate to say dependent on him, but he became such a intricate part. I think Dredge is still down to. No, he is. He is, man. It's just he's so busy. I don't want to bother him. You know, he's just got life going on. I don't want to really be bothering him. And he's already said, dude, yeah, you know, let's do it. Let's do stuff sometimes. And well, he stopped by a while back and I almost killed him. Like I didn't know it was him. I almost swung an axe and chopped his arm off. I posted that about that. That's why people don't come to my fucking house acting like they're crazy people, dressed up where I can't see who the fuck you are, because I swing first, call the cops later. That's how we work at this family. So I have enough crackheads around this neighborhood. I don't need that kind of shit in my life. Brown. But I think you're both waiting on each other. No, we talk to each other, dude. We do talk to each other. It's not that we just like stop talking to each other, you know. But no, I just, without him, things are just like, And I don't know, man. We were gonna record our 5th album. We couldn't get the drums figured out because we actually used live drums now. You know, Dozer was doing drums, and that was awesome. But we couldn't get it all to work. So it just, I don't know. We just never could get it figured out. Well, God Machine's going to at least do one more album. The 5th one, which has the Fuck You Revolution, Suicider. We have like 5 tracks brand new written out, and I have still like a bunch of them that are half written out and all kinds of things. Hey Ethan, I haven't talked to you about, or haven't talked to you or seen you forever, man. What the fuck are my dogs barking at now? I swear to God, they never shut up. All right, you know what? I know what I'm doing here. There's going to be like a spire here, okay? So for anybody out there who doesn't know what a spire is, think of like a church kind of thing, or a castle, like those big, like Romeo and Juliet, not Romeo and Juliet, Rapunzel, let down your hair, okay, where she was kept in like a spire, you know, okay. I line in New York now. You mean you live in New York now? I mean, you might line in New York. I don't know how your generation does things. You young kids and your weird talk. You can line in New York all you want, buddy. I'm kidding. You live in New York. I get it. And that's weird. Why'd you move to New York? Well, I mean, to get away from here, but you'll be back. Everybody comes back here, bruh. Nobody escapes this place. Nobody escapes here. They really don't. Make a bad storm coming towards. No, I am. You're obsessed. You're like, make it rain fire, make a bad storm of fire, which is a cool idea, actually. It really is. But I don't feel like making little lights, like making it light up. That'd be too much. But I am going to put a spire here. But I'm trying to think now if I want to do that now, if I want to call it quits. I didn't expect this to take this goddamn long, but you never do. Yeah, clouds are. God, I look over there and I go, or even right here, and I go, yeah. Oh, you got engaged now. All right, good. I mean, I take it she's in New York. So serene darkness. Not exactly, but yes, you'll see when it's done. The spire is something else, but I got to get to that here in a minute. I look at the clouds from this direction and they look good. I look at the cloud from this direction and I go, oh, they don't even look like clouds. They just look like You know, it's like I don't even know what I'm doing. But I'm thinking about making the spire now, but I don't know if I want to make it now or if I want to wait. I think I'm gonna go do the background first. The little. But I need to know what my foreground. Fuck me, man. Stop thinking about it, dude. Stop. Just do things, man. We can fix it later. No, we can't. I know I can't. I'm a fucking idiot. Okay. Life. It look cool. Just move on and start working on the front part. I'm going to, but probably not today because it's been 2 hours. And I usually call it about 2 hours. I don't want these to get long and boring. So, I mean, more than they already are. Looks badass already. Well, thanks. I do these every day about noon. I've done many different ones. Some of them are, you know, really weird. And again, the last one I did, which is not my usual style, but since you haven't tuned in, it's been a long time. I made a nice Christmassy one, sort of. I'm not done with it yet, but it's you know, snow spiders. And I'm not done with it yet, though. I've got to do quite a bit to it, but I really got tired of doing it, and I needed to move on. So, but I think I'm gonna go eat something now. I think I'm gonna go start cooking my burritos. I thawed out my meat. And so tomorrow at noon, I'm gonna pick up on this one. I'm still here. I got bored quickly. I appreciate this. Oh, well, thanks. Or I get bored quickly. Yeah. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad everybody shows up and watches these. I don't know why you guys do, but I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. All right. Anyway, I'm going to leave now. I'm going to quit this bullshit. Do I sell these? Yeah, dude. I've got an Etsy, and on a professional level, I actually sell art. Yes. I've had gallery showings, dude, and all kinds of stuff. I have a gallery in Seattle that shows my work. All kinds of stuff, man. I mean, I'm not trying to brag there. I'm like, oh yeah, of course I have people that buy my artwork. It's usually my better stuff, not like my snowman thing or nothing like that. But I started doing these things just for fun, mostly to get my my brain settled, because this is more therapeutic for me. And I realized, see, Ethan, just to bring you up, nobody sees me paint. Not even my kids, not my family. Nobody's ever really watched me paint. And I started these a couple of months ago now because I needed therapeutic stuff. So I decided, fuck it. I'm going to do it live. So I have to get outside of my bubble, my comfort zone. And I got outside of my comfort zone. So I started painting in front of people, i.e. the internet, because I had to push myself. Oh, I keep up. I just wasn't sure where to get it. I'll check the bio. Well, give me a minute. I'll just send you some links on stuff. But yeah, so I decided to outside connections. Yes. Anyway, but I decided to start painting with the people watching capability because it got me. I needed to get over that social anxiety of it. Also, you notice I don't have my face on, which really bothers me. Oh, I appreciate that. But I don't have my face on. This is like the only time anybody ever sees me like this. And that bothers me too. So I knew that emotionally I needed to overcome some stuff and become more comfortable to the world, I guess. Try and conquer some inner bullshit. So to bring people into my world of how I paint and my conflicts within self and how I like to yell at myself, I thought it might be good. Again, my kids, they're really curious about what's going on here because they've never seen it. So they come in all the time. In the beginning, they never left me alone. They'd be like, what are you doing? Oh my God. Because they're like, you're painting? Oh my God. It's like a magical, like they saw a fucking unicorn, you know, and all that crap. So anyway, yeah, man. So every day at noon, I do these, and I usually do them for a couple hours, and we talk about everything. Today we talked about aliens because the aliens have been officially announced, and we talk about all kinds. I talk about all kinds of stuff, political, and not always. I mean, I try to stay away from political stuff in general. Why does that look so dark right there? It's like a weird dark. Anyway, I won't worry about it now. And I'll go ahead and shut this off. Aliens are cool. Yeah, no, we talked all about the aliens again, and how they're officially announced, and we got to how blah blah blah. It doesn't matter anyway. Thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in as always. And tomorrow I'm going to put a spire in there. Here's my plan: background of the beings and things that will. I feel that I stream on Twitch. Shit, kind of fun. Yeah, no, I know. I'm subscribed to you on there. Also got a machine on there, but I never do anything with it. I need to. But I can only stream I don't know. Oh my god, did I get paint on my monitor? Oh fuck. I don't know how to do multiple things. It does look dark, probably lighting. Well, I mean, it is dark. It's a black. Oh god, you can't. Whatever. My lighting's garbage. It's supposed to look dark. The whole thing's gonna be really dark. But anyway, okay, goodbye everybody. I'm going to go now. Peace out and pancakes or I don't know, something. That was my over there.